promised, I am doing a Battlefleet Gothic Battle Report. For those of you who've not played Battlefleet Gothic before, that's not a problem. I've got a video all about how that's played, which I'll link to at the end of this video. I am also playing against my lovely wife, the camera grot, who is manning the camera at the moment. Have you watched my how to play Battlefleet Gothic video?
What do you think?
Not to worry, she will not be at too much of a disadvantage because I will be explaining how the game works as we go. And also, she has one extra advantage in that she is actually a rocket scientist. So she'll be able to tell us how the various rules for this compare to real-world space science.
So we're playing with real explosives?
Yeah, we have to just throw firecrackers. No, that's not quite right. We're going to roll dice to represent distant explosions using complicated charts, because that's how real men wargame.
That's not how real rocket science works.
How does real rocket science work?
With explosives.
Excellent. Maybe I'll do a video at some point actually launching like a Battlefleet Gothic ship into space. That would be quite cool. Okay, in a minute I'll talk you through the two fleets that we've chosen, but essentially we are playing...
We?
I have chosen, but it's basically the two fleets that I have built for myself, so it's not like one fleet is particularly better than the other. This is a 1,000 point cruiser clash. So this is scenario 1 from the Big Blue Book. It's the basic lineup pitched battle, two fleets meeting in open space. You can hopefully see it arrayed here on the tabletop. Here we are on my lovely new space mat. So as you can see, I am commanding the Chaos Fleet. I have gotten 4 cruisers. I will briefly talk you through. I've got a Carnage class cruiser, which is this one here, which is just laden down with weapons batteries. As many kind of big guns as they can pack on it. My Chaos Warmaster is here on the Styx class cruiser, the Gorgon. This is a carrier, it's a heavy kind of aircraft carrier, so it's got 2 big launch bays. You have just knocked one of your own ships over.
All I did was touch the table.
It is a Styx class, so it's got 2 big launch bays either side, some weapons batteries and some lances. My Warmaster commanding my fleet is on board this ship, and I've given him a Mark of Tzeentch, which gives him an extra reroll. Next along the line is a Devastation class cruiser. This is basically a little bit like a tooled down version of the Styx. It's got less launch bays, it's still got the lances, it's just not as big or tough or bad as the Styx, but nonetheless I've decided this is my secondary commander, so I've stuck a Chaos Lord on there and given him a Mark of Tzeentch for a reroll as well. And then finally we've got an Acheron. This one just packs lots of heavy lance batteries, so it's laser cannons all over the place. It is listing slightly at a weird and drunken angle because I had to repair it with some super glue just before we got started. Let's move over to the Imperial fleet and I'll just talk you through what we've got there.
Yes, let's, because so far, as I understand it, we have the red one.
Yes.
The black one.
Yes.
What's that one meant to be?
Blue one.
Okay, the blue one. And the one that fell over.
The white one. So let me talk you through the red one, as we've covered. The red one is a Mars-class battle cruiser. This is where your admiral is commanding your fleet. It's got a Nova cannon on the front, which is basically a railgun that magnetically accelerates a nuclear warhead at sublight speeds across the battle zone to explode in a fiery cataclysm of nuclear fiery death.
Okay.
It's also a battle carrier. As you can see, it's got launch bays on the side, so it can launch some kind of fighters and bombers, much like my Styx can. The black one is a Dictator class cruiser. Again, this one has got launch bays on the side. Instead of having a Nova cannon, it has torpedo bays in its front armour. The white one is a Gothic class cruiser, quite somewhat appropriate for Battlefleet Gothic. That is your version of my lance ship. So again, it's lots of laser cannons mounted down the side, and you've just broken the base. It's fine, it will plug back into its base in a moment. Okay, the blue one! Let's deal with the blue one, and then we'll get redeployed and get started.
The white one's back on its base for a moment.
So the blue one is a rogue trader. This is basically like a space pirate ship. So it's got a good all-rounder. It's got torpedoes, it's got laser lances, and it's got guns.
Why does it say the Wild Road?
Because that's the name of the ship. I painted the name on that ship. Some of my ships on the Chaos Fleet have names. We've got the Nemesis, which is the Carnage, the Gorgon, which is the Styx, and the Death's Head, which is the Devastation. The only one of those I think that has a name on its base at the moment is the Wild Road. I haven't named the other 3 yet.
The blue one's heavier, is it metal?
It is, yes. let's roll up leadership for each of the ships. The Admiral, like I said, I've put on your Mars class, which is your biggest and toughest ship. So that will automatically have a starting leadership of 8 unless you roll better. Likewise...
Okay, just to show how much attention I've been paying. The Mars ship, that's the red one?
The red one, yes, red, like the planet Mars.
Okay, I might be able to remember something this game.
Yeah, I have put my Chaos Warmaster on the Styx, which is my red Chaos ship, which means that that's got the highest leadership. Again, even if I rolled higher, that wouldn't be any higher than what that already comes with. So let's roll for your ships first. I'm going to give you a dice. I'm going to ask you to roll a dice for it. Would you like a white dice or a blue dice? Okay, which ship do you want to roll for first? Pick a ship.
Do I have to go for all of them?
We're going to roll for each ship in turn, so pick a ship to roll for first.
Okay, let's go for the one that keeps falling off its base.
The white dice,
yep.
The white ship, okay? So, the one keeps falling off its base has the lowest leadership of 6 on the Gothic class cruiser. Presumably that's why it keeps falling over.
Yeah, yay.
Next, the Wild Road. Likewise, a 6. You've rolled 2 1s in a row. You can use the other dice, because you've so far rolled 2 1s with a blue dice.
No, I'm going to continue and see if this is your normal bewitched dice scenario.
The Black Ship, the Dictator. A 6. Leadership 9 on the Dictator. That's good. And the Mars.
Is it good?
It is.
Dictator has the highest leadership.
Like I said, they are good guys insofar as they are a fascist Imperium. Would be leadership 7, but like I said, you've got your Admiral on there, which gives it leadership 8. Okay, I will roll for mine, and I'm keeping track of all of this on my handy-dandy whiteboard.
Notice how I am absolutely trusting you. I have seen the number of YouTube videos where people do correct you in the comments. So this might be one where I actually pay attention to the comments to see how this game should have gone.
Let's roll for my ships. Okay.
You're not using this blue dice?
I'm using my red Chaos dice with Chaos stars on them.
So when I said, what? Okay.
The Acheron, leadership 7. The Devastation, leadership 8, which is okay, because that's what the Chaos Lord on board already has. The Carnage, leadership 6. And the Styx, that has my Warmaster on. Leadership 9, which is also what my Warmaster has. Okay, so at the start, there are the leaderships for each of the different ships. I'm going to use the whiteboard to keep track of things like hit points that the ships have taken as well, any critical damage that the ships take. You can do this on a pen and paper, but I find a whiteboard to be a handy way of doing this because you can then rub it off and use it again next time. Okay, would you like to redeploy your ships and then we'll roll to see who gets first turn? We're going to reset the ships now, so Nikki's going to stand up all her ships that have fallen over, and then...
All of them? Only one?
And then we will roll to see who gets first turn, and we'll go from there. Join us in a sec.
So, depending on how you feel about it, I've opted for not just going straight on. So we'll see how this goes.
Kind of like it's a pincer movement and they're coming in diagonally to slash across the front of them.
Yeah, well, we'll see how this goes. And before we get started, I'd just like to address one of the elephants in the room.
Oh, God.
You and your big booming voice.
Yeah?
That people on the internet seem to think is faked for YouTube.
Yeah? It's me. It's just me. I am a overly loud, overly jolly, big personality person.
And as your camera-got wife and someone who has been with you for over half of your life, it's never toned down.
No, I can lower it a little bit if I don't want to deafen people.
No. As in, the overall enthusiasm has been this level for decades.
Okay, on that bombshell, let's get started. Let's roll to see who gets first turn. So it's a straight roll off. Whoever rolls highest goes first.
I'll use the dice you use.
Oh, you're going to use a chaos dice. Okay. I rolled a 3.
Got reach.
You rolled a 5.
What does that mean?
You can choose whether to go first or second.
Second.
Okay.
You can show me how play works first.
Okay. First things first then. The movement phase. So I'm going to move all of my ships towards you. I could, if I wanted, put some orders on the ships, and I might try and do that in a minute. It is important that you choose what order you do orders in, because once you've failed a leadership test for orders, you can't do any more this turn.
This turn or just for that ship?
For this turn. I think I'll just double check that. I can edit that bit.
A ship must first pass a command check by rolling. If the check is failed, the fleet can make no more command checks for the rest of the turn.
Yeah, like I thought. Yeah, so it's important to determine which order you do your orders in, because if you fail that leadership test, then that's it for your fleet for the rest of that turn. No more leadership tests. I am therefore going to... I think there's only one order I want to issue at the moment, and I want to put the Carnage all ahead full. I want to go as fast as it can towards the enemy, because all of its guns are kind of quite potent, but they are also quite short range. So let's try. This is not with the lowest leadership. This is leadership 6. But I'm looking there for a 6 or less on 2 dice. A 7! Oh! It's early in the game to want to use a command reroll. I'm not going to. So I have 3 command rerolls for my fleet. Nikki, you have 2 command rerolls for your fleet, because command rerolls cost different amount for different fleets, and I can afford 3, you could not. Okay, normal movement then.
So when I asked why I got set this army...
No particular reason. I thought maybe you'd appreciate, like, the Mars, for example. That's spacey, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so the Carnage is going to move first. It's got a movement rate of 25 centimetres and can turn 45 degrees. So I'm going to go 25 centimetres forward. Dun, 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 dun. And then I'm going to turn 45 degrees using the handy dandy little compass. There we go.
So you spotted me looking the other way then?
Next, I'm going to move the Styx. The Styx has a movement of 25 centimetres. So again, the Styx, however, isn't blown to turn, I don't think, is it? Let's just check what the arc is on its lances. Lances can fire in any direction, so I'm going to keep my lances pointed right at you. The Devastation, I think, has much the same. Let's just check. Devastation. Lances, no, they have got a fire arc, so the Devastation can move 25 and turn. Let's do that. And then a 45-degree turn to bring the lances into fire arc. There we go. And the Acheron. There we go. So that's my movement phase done. Next up, shooting phase. So let's start over this side of the fleet and work our way across. The Acheron then has a dorsal lance battery that can fire either to the left, the right, or to the front. I'm going to try and target that puny rogue trader over there. Got a 45 centimetre range. He is in range, so I'm going to get to shoot at him in a minute. And I've got the dorsal lance battery and the starboard lance battery that are going to be in range. So that's 2 lance batteries. Each one has 2 shots. So a grand total of 4 shots at the rogue trader. Lances, like I said in my how to play video, you don't need to roll your target's armor value. It is a hit automatically on a 4, 5, or 6. So let's see whether we get any hits on the rogue trader. One hit. The rogue trader has 3 shields, so I stick a blast marker immediately towards the target that is facing it, because that's where it's hit, but it does no damage aside from taking a shield down. It also has, on the Acheron, a prow weapons battery. It's got a 45 centimetre range. So again, the lances are in range, the weapons battery will be in range. I consult the firepower chart. The target ship is, in orientation to me, a beam. So you're in my side arc, your side arc. So you are, firepower of the weapons battery is 6, so we did 6. Capital ship a beam. I am rolling 2 dice. This one does need to hit your armour, so the armour of the Rogue Trader is a 5. So a 5 or a 6, I can get some more hits on you. One more hit. Still doesn't get past your shields, but it's taken another shield down. Let's move on to the Devastation. The Devastation then has both a Prior Weapons Battery and a Lance Battery. Lance Battery's got a range of 60 centimetres, so I'm pretty sure it's going to be in. And I think the starboard Lance Battery should also be in, but let's see. No, it's out. So drawing a line from its starboard arc, it's out. So I'll have to target the Mars class instead with the starboard weapons battery, which is in range. The Prior Weapons Battery is in range though, so I can at least shoot my Prior Weapons Battery at the Rogue Trader, see if I can't finish him off. Again, we already need to see which arc you're in. Now it's closing. It's your front arc I'm firing at. Capital ship closing, firepower 6. 4 dice, because you're coming directly into the incoming fire. 5s and 6s. 2 5s. So that strips your last shield and causes 1 point of damage. Quickly mark that down on here. The Rogue Trader has taken a point of damage. Let's find out if it's a critical. So any time that a hit is caused, we roll a dice, and on a 6, it's a critical hit. Yes! It's a critical hit! 2 dice to see what it has done. Add them together, double 1. That's not so good. It is damage to your dorsal armament. So any guns that you've got mounted along the top of the ship will be less effective. Can't fire any dorsal weapons until they are repaired. You don't actually have a dorsal armament, so you don't care. But I'll make a little note. Rogue dorsal. Okay, let's fire then the Lance Battery into the Mars class. Devastation has 2 shots with its Lance. It's firing at your command ship. Pew, pew, pew. Both hit, which a Mars class has, I believe, 2 shields. Let's double check. Red shields. Yep, 2. So at the very least, it has stripped the shields from your command ship. That's the Devastation finished firing. Now it's time for my command ship. So the Styx. The Styx has both a Prow Weapons Battery and a Dorsal Lance Battery. Its Prow Weapons Battery has a range of 60 centimetres. You are well in range. Its Dorsal Lance Battery also has a range of 60 centimetres, and you are well in range. Let's figure out what your orientation is compared to the Styx. Ooh, it's just in the closing arc, so it's just this side into the white. Then firepower 6 against the closing capital ship, we've already established, is 4 dice. But it's because it's against your front armour, I can only cause damage on you on a 6. That's 1 6. So we've caused a point of damage on the Mars. Is it a critical? Let's hope for another critical. No, no critical hits. However, your shields are down, you've already taken a point of damage, and I've still got 2 lances to fire at you. These only need 4s, 5s, or 6s. Double 6! 2 more points of damage off the Mars. Ships, most of these ships, in fact all of these ships have 8 points of damage. Once you have taken half your damage, you are considered to be crippled, and that affects the handling of the ship, the ability of it to do things. Now then, I've just caused 3 points of damage on your command ship. Would you like to brace for impact and try and save some of that damage?
No.
Are either of those hits critical hits? Another one's a critical hit. Let's roll and see what happens. A double 1 again. Okay, so the Mars has also suffered damage to its dorsal armament. That at least does have a dorsal armament. It has those 2 laser cannons mounted on the top. It cannot fire those until it has repaired the damage. So, okay, I just realised before it comes up in the comments, I forgot something. There are modifiers when you're using the gunnery chart as to how far away something is, and also if you're shooting through blast markers, such as the ones I've already applied to the bases of some of these ships.
So are you saying it shouldn't be as easy to obliterate me in the first turn before I get to do anything for a game that has 8 turns?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying, yes. What I'm going to do
I
is...
was waiting till my turn to call you on that.
For a reminder for myself and others, when a model is more than 30 centimetres away, you move right on the chart. When a model has blast markers between you and the target you are firing at, you move right on the chart. So I probably wouldn't have caused all that damage to your capital ship that I thought I had. I think the simplest thing to do at this point, rather than go back and re-roll those, is I'll just rub off the damage, those 2 points of damage, and the dorsal armament damage that was caused to your capital ship by my firepower. So I will ignore the damage that I caused, because I can't...
How about I remove one of those blasts from each of the ships as well?
No, the blast markers were caused by lance batteries, and those are not affected in the same way.
Oh.
So, leave those as they are.
Sure.
I will therefore...
I'm sure you're not going to be walking that one back as well.
No, don't need to walk that one back until the comments weigh in. Okay, we're going to fire the Carnage. I'm going to try and fire everything I have got at your Dictator class over there, on the basis that I won't have to worry about firing through blast markers or anything like that. What that means is the total firepower of a Carnage, unleashing everything it has got on one side, is firepower 16. Scanning across on our handy little chart here, you are a closing capital ship, so that would put you with 11 dice being rolled at you. However, you are more than 30 centimetres away, which means we move 1 column to the right, making it 8 dice that I'm rolling at you. That's still pretty good. Let's see where I can do some damage here.
That's so much better.
8 dice. However, it is your front armour I am rolling against, so it is 6s only. 1 6. After all that, I cause a blast marker on your ship. That is the end, you'll be pleased to hear, of my shooting phase. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to launch some ordnance. I don't have torpedoes, but I do have waves of fighters and bombers that I can launch to try and intercept any of your torpedoes or launch attacks on your ships. The bombers I do not think are going to be in range, because bombers have a maximum speed of 30 centimetres, and I know I am more than 30 centimetres away. What I'm going to do, therefore, is launch a mixture of fighters and bombers, hoping that next turn, if you launch a salvo of torpedoes at me, the fighters can intercept some of them. And also, they can protect the bombers that are coming up behind them to launch attacks on you next turn. So, first things first, let's launch the Death's Head, the Devastation class cruisers ships. It's got launch bays on either side. They can launch 2 ships from either side. So I'm going to launch some little Chaos fighters and bombers from each side. We'll launch them as, those are separate waves, and that's a single wave. So the question now is, which direction do I think they're going to come out? The only ship I know is not going to be firing torpedoes at me is the Mars, because he ain't got torpedoes. So I'm thinking, let's go towards that one over there that has already been fired at, and I'm not going to go the full 30 centimetres, because, thinking about it, you will be moving towards me before you launch anything, so let's keep the fighters there, the bombers tucked in behind them for the minute. The Styx has much better launch bays. It's a heavy carrier, can launch 3 squadrons from each side. So again, I'm going to launch a mixture of fighters and bombers. 3 bases of fighters, 3 bases of bombers. There we go. And again, I think I'm going to do a little wave of fighters protecting this side over here. There we go. Bombers as a single wave following up behind. That means the last thing is the end phase. I roll a d6 and remove that many blast markers that are not in contact with an enemy ship. Well, all blast markers are currently in contact with an enemy ship, so no blast markers removed at this stage. That is the end of my first turn. It is now Nikki's turn.
So, Bluey
Yeah.
is going 30 centimetres that way.
20. Moving is 20
Sorry,
centimetres.
20 then.
Straight 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Wink. Doink.
So you're no longer, shields are no longer covered by blast markers. You get your shields back.
Okay. I have to move everything first.
You do,
right?
yes. Everything moves.
Let's go for Whitey.
The Gothic. The Gothic has a movement of 20. I think all of yours are 20.
Okay.
All of yours except for...
Mr. Mars.
No, actually, they are all 20. I thought for me one wasn't, but they are all 20.
Okay. Take measure, please.
There you go. And you can turn up to 45 degrees at any point after 10 centimetres of your movement. Do you want to turn, or are you happy as you are?
If you were telling me the truth, my side guns are better than my...
Yeah, torpedoes are fired out of your front, but your guns are mounted on the sides of your ship.
And I have arc for both.
Yeah.
But I don't have to turn 45 degrees, I can turn up to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at the moment, this ship is in your side fire arc there, but nobody is in that side's fire arc.
So this one can go 20 as well.
Yeah. You've just killed...
He just fell over.
Just killed it and I think knocked the front ramming spike off. Yeah, the front ramming spike is over here now.
Well, I don't intend on ramming anyone.
No, I'm going to fix that later.
That's the story of your life with me. I knock a model, something falls off, you chirpily say to me, it's okay, I can fix it, while I'm pretty sure you're dying slightly inside.
It's fine, I can fix it later. The Mars!
Hey, Marzi. So, 20... I have to move then pivot.
Yeah, at least 10.
Okay.
And just to assist you, the minimum guess on your big torpedo, your nuclear weapon launcher, is 30 centimetres. So you want to be at least 30 centimetres away from whatever you're shooting the big nuclear weapons at.
And the big nuclear weapon is forward facing, sideways?
Yeah, front
forward.
arc.
Okay, so can I have the
Little
thingy?
compass.
Yep, so I'm going to turn like that.
Okay. And last but not least, the Dictator.
Who is... going to go... I have to fly in the direction that I'm facing, don't I?
You do. You have to go at least 10 in that sort of direction. I suppose it's to represent the fact that you are moving and in space there's nothing to stop you unless you fire retros.
Puts you in my side arc?
It does, but you won't be, your torpedoes won't be for aiming at anything.
Okay, I won't do it then. I'll go at that.
Okay. Alrighty then. Shooting phase. Things get bloody. Things are up close and vicious now. Which ship are you going to fire first?
Whitey.
The Gothic. Okay. The Gothic then, you have lances on either side. So the ones facing to a port will not be able to shoot anything because nothing can see.
Hang on.
What?
I've just twigged. Is this a secret way to try and get me to use port and starboard correctly?
I don't know what
By
you mean.
putting it in a space context in a game?
I don't know what you mean.
This is a long-running feud.
You're going to say stern and bow next.
What, front and back?
Yeah. So your starboard lance battery will be in my arc. They have 4 shots. Which dice would you like to use?
The good ones that kept giving you 6s, please.
You use the chaos dice again. I bought you white and blue dice and everything to be all pretty and imperial.
Which got me rubbish leadership.
Literally 4s to hit. 1 hit.
1 hit.
Causes a blast marker. Next. Which ship next?
Don't I get the whole critical hit thing?
You only if you hit my hull. Thus far, you've taken a shield down. because you only got one hit. I have 2 shields.
Okay.
So you don't get hit by hull, you just hit a shield off it.
Okay. Stupid question.
Yeah?
You fired at me multiple times. Why are we moving on to the next ship? Why am I only firing once?
So I fired different weapons from this. I have lances and a gun battery. You have lances and torpedoes on yours. Torpedoes come later. So you fired all the lances from that ship.
Oh, because they're the ordnance phase, not the shooting phase.
Correct.
Okay, they're still shooting things.
Okay. The Rogue Trader, what would you like to fire where?
So, I believe my side arc gets you over there.
It does indeed.
Does it get all your little bombery things?
So you can shoot at the bombers and the fighters if you wish, instead of shooting at my ship. They are harder to hit because they're tiny.
No, I want to shoot at your ship. I want to check if they're in the way.
No, they're not in the way.
I think I've sneakily come around the side.
No, they're not in the way. So let's see how far away you are. You are within 30 centimetres, but not within 15, because that will give you a column shift to the left on the chart. Let's total up the firepower on the Rogue Trader then. It has a total of 8 firepower coming out of the side. Quick look on the chart. I am... Where's the compass?
Where's 8? 8.
I am a target abeam. So capital ship abeam.
3 dice.
Firepower 8. 3 dice, yep. You've got dice there in front of you. 3 dice. You need a 5 or a 6. 1 6. Again, that takes a shield off, but it doesn't get through to the inner hull. He's got torpedoes that will be fired in the ordnance phase. This one, now before you fire any other guns on this one, you have to guess to fire the Nova Cannon. What target would you like to fire at and how far would you like to guess? The minimum you can guess is 30 centimetres.
The Nova Cannon's the nuclear kablooey.
Yeah. You can fire at any ship in your front arc, which would be probably either of these.
Oh, okay. So... Are they both in my arc?
They're both in your
then?
front arc, yes. You could fire it towards this one or towards this one.
Then I can't go for that one because it's closer.
You can, but you might well overshoot it.
Yeah, so I'll go for that one and guess...
How far?
32.
32, okay. You gonna measure, you gonna film it? 32 from your middle.
Ah.
Boom. He's under the hull. He is directly under the blast.
Does that count?
That counts. If the
Should do it.
if the ship is under the hull, then he takes D6 hits. Straight away. Dice worth of hits.
Ah, no, come back.
5!
5.
5 hits! Should I get shields
Okay,
against those?
normally I'm the non-shouty one.
I'm just checking if I get shields. Okay, no, I'm okay in one regard. It's 1 hit rather than 5 because the hole is over the ship, but not over the base. The hole is right in the... If you guess 2 centimetres further,
Okay.
it would have been D6.
Give me the tape measure then, because I know you were measuring.
Measure from your... I measure the exact
From the
word...
centre of my base, from the pole.
You measure from the pole and you place it so that the outer edge is at the end of the guess.
Okay, so I have the very...
You have hit my base, but you've not got the hole over the base, so you cause 1 hit straight away.
Sorry, that goes from the edge of the tape measure.
Yeah. 32. So it is over the base, which causes a hit, but the hole is not on the base, so I don't take D6 hits. Thankfully.
Okay. Maybe your measuring's okay for once.
Now you can fire the rest of the guns on that thing. So your Mars has a weapons battery on either side.
Yeah, but I think my other ship's in the way, isn't it?
Again, remember, 3-dimensional space. They're flying at different altitudes to each other.
Oh, okay.
So you can fire this ship with your starboard weapons battery. And you also have 2 laser lances on the top deck, which can be fired either to the side or straight forward.
Any distance restrictions on that?
The lances have a 60 centimetre range. The weapons battery has a 45 centimetre range.
Okay, so the weapons battery is going sideways, ways to him.
To him.
And the lance is following the nuclear blast.
Okay, so that one he's within 45, and actually he's also within 30, so there's no column shift on that.
Okay.
So it is firepower 6 at a ship abeam. Yep, 2 dice. Needing 5s. Nope.
Neither of them are 5.
2 lances. Are you aiming at this guy again?
Yep.
2 shots, 4 or 5 or 6. He's got 1 shield left, which strips his last shield, but again, doesn't quite make it through to the hull.
Okay.
Okay, last ship.
Well, obviously can I put him torpedoes, but not guns straight ahead?
He's got torpedoes that can fire straight ahead. He's got a weapons battery that can fire to either side. So his weapons battery's not going to fire either side, he can just launch torpedoes.
So he can fire sideways at him?
No, I don't think so.
I thought it positioned it so it did.
Have a look. I think you'll find that the arc, he's probably out.
Hey, much better.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
out.
damn it, I just missed.
Just out.
The idea was to swivel him slightly. Oh well.
Just a little bit out. But it does mean your torpedoes are aimed absolutely slap bang at the carnage. Okay, that's the end of the weapons batteries and lances and so forth. Now we move on to ordnance then.
Okay, so
Torpedoes.
at him.
Your torpedoes have a speed of 30 centimetres. So which ship are you firing them towards? It's front arc. This is where you have to get canny. Front arc, they are aimed directly at him, but you could fire them this way. The reason I mention that is I've got a wave of fighters in here at the moment. So at the moment, if you launch this torpedoes here, they will hit the wave of fighters and be intercepted.
Okay.
But you could fire them this way.
I'll do that then. And when it all goes wrong, it's your fault.
Yep, so 30 centimetres. Move them directly towards my ship and then stop when they make contact.
With the flaming
You
bit?
can do it with the blast markers, yeah. So the blast markers will potentially stop 1 torpedo. The rest of it I have to see if I can stop with my turrets. Okay, how many turrets does the Acheron have? The Acheron has 3 turrets. Let's see if I can't stop being torpedoed, because torpedoes ignore shields. 3 dice on a 4, 5 or 6, I take out 1 of those 6 torpedoes. So 2 of the torpedoes are taken out, reducing the strength of the salvo to 4. I've got 4 in there. No, I'll just pop a couple out. Oh no, there's a 4. So I managed to take 2 out. However, the remaining 4 get through. Roll a dice to see if the salvo explodes as it goes into the blast markers. Nope, it's fine. 4 dice then. 4 torpedoes making contact with my ship. 4 dice. On a 5 or a 6, they cause an automatic hit on the hull. That's a hit on the hull.
5 and a 4. You said 4, 5 or 6, didn't you?
No, 5 or 6 is my armor value. 5 or 6.
Oh.
So, yep. 1 of them goes through onto hits the hull. 3 torpedoes carry on their merry way. There's a little salvo of 3. So 30 centimetres we went from the ship. The other ones will carry on going this way until they eventually go off the edge of the board. But it doesn't mean if anyone swings around there, they're in danger of flying into them. But now, roll a dice to see if that was a critical hit on the Acheron.
Just 1 dice.
1 dice because you caused 1 hit. No, not a critical. Okay, next torpedo salvo.
Okay, well this one is going over there.
Towards this ship.
Yep.
They won't quite make contact this turn because
Really?
30 centimetres is just out. So
Is
there
it
will
a
be
base measure rather than a ship measure then?
yeah, it's from the stem. All distances are measured from the stem, so they'll be there this turn. Which does mean I run the risk of moving through them because I'll have to move forwards, and that means my base will almost certainly clip those torpedoes. That doesn't have torpedoes. This guy has a salvo of 6 though.
Yep. And they're going for that guy.
Straight forwards. It's going to literally go right into him and they'll stop there. Okay, how many turrets does the Carnage have? The Carnage has 2 turrets. 2 dice, needing a 4, 5, or 6 to try and intercept some of those torpedoes. No. Oh dear. 6 dice.
No, 2 more.
Oh, hang on. Roll 1 dice to see if they go into explode as they hit the blast marker. On a 6. Yes!
So 1 explodes? Or
No, the salvo explodes. They go into this cloud of shrapnel and explode.
Humph.
Phew. Yes.
I'm done with ordnance then.
No, you're not. Because
Why?
you've got 2 ships. Both of these have your own fighters and bombers that you can now launch.
Oh. Okay.
So the Mars has, let's just check, it can launch 2 squadrons from either side. It's up to you what you want to launch, whether you want to launch fighters or bombers. I have both flavours over here. Fighters are good at intercepting enemy stuff, so for example, if you sent a wave of fighters out from this, you could send them over here to try and intercept my fighters or intercept my bombers.
I have bombers, please.
Bombers. All the bombers in the world. And you can choose whether you launch them as individuals, which each one of these would have to have a roll against it to see if the turret's destroyed it, or as a wave, where if they are fired upon by a ship, the whole wave is destroyed, but they are more likely to survive turrets.
Individuals, please.
You know, there are 4 individual waves of bombers. Your bombers can move a distance of...
These are 2 for each ship.
These are 4 in total, 2 from each side of this ship.
Okay.
And they can move 20 centimetres. If that 20 centimetres brings them into contact with an enemy ship, they launch a bombing run. And they will be able to move each turn, so you can move them, even if they don't make contact now. I'll get you some bombers for the other one as well. Wow, the middle of the board at the moment is just a mass of explosions, torpedoes flying, waves of fighters and bombers.
Ow.
Last thing to do then is damage control. So, you've got a dorsal damage, even though it doesn't actually have a dorsal armament, your dorsal armament that you do not have is damaged on the Rogue Trader. The Rogue Trader has 7 hits left. So you roll 7 dice, and if any of these come up as 6, then its dorsal is repaired. Yep.
Yep.
You've successfully repaired the damage to that. The final one to do is to roll a d6 and remove that many blast markers from the board. 1. Take 1 blast marker from anywhere that is not in contact with the ship. Put it back in the pot.
No, I didn't actually get that. Sorry, say that again.
So you've rolled a 1, you pick 1 blast marker from anywhere that is not in contact with a ship and take it off and put it back in the pot. Oh.
Missed.
That's turn 1 then. Okay, so only a little bit of damage on each side, but now things are going to get brutal in close quarters. Okay, turn 2 then. Things should get much more interesting now because we are up close and personal. First things first then, I'm going to move the Acheron class ship. I'm not issuing any orders for it at the moment, so it's going to move its 10 centimetres that it has to move. And then I might pivot a little tiny bit and move another 15. There we go. Nice broadside onto the Gothic. The Death's Head, the Devastation class ship. Again, it's going to move 10, pivot, and go its remaining 15. And likewise, come to new heading, you can make 2 turns. But again, you've still got to move 10 centimetres before you make a turn.
Okay.
That's going to be problematic for the Styx, because it has to move 10 centimetres forward, at which point, partway through, it makes contact with the torpedo salvo. So, let's see if I can't resist some of those torpedoes. I don't think all of them. Some, at least, I can hopefully resist. The Styx has, I think, 2 turrets? 3 turrets on the Styx, so 4, 5, or 6 to shoot down a torpedo. 3 torpedoes shot down, that's good. However, that does mean 3 torpedoes make contact. Could you grab 3 dice? And on a 5 or a 6, it causes damage to my hull. A 6. Okay, so the Styx takes the points of damage. Roll the dice again. On a 6, it's a critical. Oof!
5.
Not a critical. Phew. So that torpedo salvo, I will just reduce in strength to 3. Let me get a spare 3. Punch that out fresh. So 2 torpedoes got shot down and one of them exploded against the hull. The T6 has moved 10. Now the problem it's got is, if it moves again, it's just going to come into contact with your bombers, which will then make a bombing run on them.
That was the tactic.
Yeah, so what I might do is try and burn retros and stay put and not move any further. The leadership of the sticks is 9. 7 will do it, so I'm going to stop there, burn my retros, and I will put the burn retros dice next to it, which is to mark that that's what he's doing. What that means is that my weapons are at half strength as a result. The Nemesis. This is the Carnage class. Okay, so it's moving through these blast markers. That's going to take 5 centimetres off its move, so it can move 10. Then it'll turn slightly and move another 10. Dodging in between the bomber waves. Hopefully going to shoot some of those bombers down and unleash the full fury of its weapons batteries on these 2 ships. That's all my movement done, so shooting phase. Let's start off with the Devastation. So the Devastation has got the prow weapons battery and a lance battery on either side. I'm going to fire its weapons battery into the Gothic class cruiser here, and one of its lance batteries, and then the other lance battery's going to go over there. So you are, in terms of your positioning to me, a beam, but you are also within 15 centimetres of me. So firepower 6, capital ship, a beam, would be 2 dice. However, you are within 15 centimetres of me, so you go 1 column to the left, and it's 3 dice. 3 dice needing a 5 or a 6. Let's see if we can't strip some of those shields off.
Let's not.
1, that's a shield gone. And I also have a lance battery mounted on that side. 2 shots with the port lance battery. 4, 5 or 6. Let's see if I can't strip that other shield and hit the hull. That's the other shield gun and a hit on your hull. So that's 1 hit on the Gothic. Is it a critical hit on a 6? No. What that does mean though is that the Gothic now has no shields left, which means when I unload all 4 of the Acheron's lances into it, should all hit the hull. And the Acheron's got a weapons battery as well. So let's fire the weapons battery at you first. Again, I think you're within 15 centimetres. Yep. So you are a capital ship, a beam, firepower 6, would be 2 dice, but again it goes to 3 because you're within 15 centimetres. 5 or a 6 to hit your hull. 1 hit on the hull, it's another hull point gone from the Gothic. Is it a critical hit? No. Now, 4 lance batteries. Hitting on 4s. 2 hits, that is enough to cripple the Gothic. The Gothic is now essentially halving its weapons power and its shields and its turrets going forward. Let's see if either of those come up as criticals. No, no critical hits from that. Good range of fire there though from the Acheron and the Devastation. And the Devastation's still got 2 lances. It can fire into the Rogue Trader. Hit on a 4. 1 hit, takes a shield off. Unfortunately, the Rogue Trader has enhanced Xeno shields, which means it has 3 shields, so it's still got 2 shields left. That's 2 of my ships fired. Let's fire the Styx. Okay, the Styx is firing at half effect because it burned retros. It has its prow weapons battery and a dorsal lance battery. Prow weapons battery's got a range of 60 centimetres. Could fire it at that Rogue Trader, but it's still got 3 shields. It is within 30 centimetres and it is closing. But so is your HQ. Your HQ is still more than 15 centimetres. What about that crippled Gothic? It is in range. It would be closing. So capital ship closing would be rolling 4 dice. We take a column shift to the right for 3 dice, but it against your front armour. It's against the front armour on any of them, whichever way I go about it. but I do like the idea of taking a ship completely out this turn. I'm going to try it. 6s to hit. Nothing. Dorsal Lance Battery, 2 shots, needing 4s. 1 gets through, it's another point off the Gothic. It only has 3 left. Is it a critical hit? No. Okay, that just leaves the Carnage, appropriately named. The Carnage is going to fire some of its weapons batteries at these 2 bomber waves that are closing on it. Do I want to fire them at that? Do I want to take them out with fighters? I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to just fire everything I've got at capital ships. And if the bombers get me, the bombers get me. We'll see. Okay, so I've got firepower 16 in total, but I can only fire 10 on the other side if I fire 16 in one direction. I'm going to fire 16 directly into the Dictator over here, because it's at close range. And the other 10 I am going to fire at the Mars, because the Mars has already taken 1 hit, and I'm going to try and strip its shields off. We'll see what happens. Firepower 16 on a beam ship. You're not closing, you're a beam. Capital ship, a beam. Would be 5 dice, but 1 column shift to the left gives me 8 dice. 5. Oh, do I want to? Yeah, I probably should. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to try the lock-on order. So if this works, then I get to re-roll missed hits. But only leadership 6 on the Carnage. It passes with a roll of a 5. Locked on. Would you like to brace for impact? Brace for impact gives you a 4-up save against any of these hits.
Why not?
Okay, so that is a leadership test for the Dictator. It's leadership 9. That's a 9. It's just passed. Brace for impact. Stick a little brace for impact marker next to it. So I'm hitting you on 5s with a reroll, but you get a 4-up save. So at the moment that is 4. Reroll. That is 6. 2 of those will be on your shields, so that is 4 saves. Otherwise, that's 4 hits on your hull. 4
What
up.
do I need?
4, 5, or 6.
Nothing.
Oh! All of them get through. That is instantly crippling the Dictator. And were any of them critical hits? No critical hits. I got 2 critical hits in the first turn and they were both useless. Now all these hits, none of them doing anything. Okay, firepower 10 on the capital ship over here, which I think is closing. Means I'm hitting against the heavier armour, so it does work to your advantage. And you are not within 15, but not within 30, but are within 30, so it's a straight across. Firepower 10, capital ship that is closing. 7 dice, needing 6s. I'm locked on, so I'm going to reroll to hit with these. Do you want to brace for impact?
I was going to say, you're just going to plough ahead?
No, I'm going to ask. Do you want to brace for impact?
Might as well try.
Leadership 8. 10.
Yeah,
Now you have 2 rerolls. You can use them at any point during the game for a leadership test.
Go for it.
Passes on a reroll. 1 reroll left. The Mars is braced for impact. Come on, 6s. Nothing on the first roll. Go with the reroll. Nothing on the second roll whatsoever. So you braced for nothing. All these shots just hammer off into the void and do nothing. Okay, let's quickly take stock where we're at then. That one is crippled. That one is crippled. The 2 in the middle are mostly okay. And it's the ordnance phase. So what happens here is both of us take it in turns to move our ordnance. So you will get to move your bombers, and I get to move mine. But I get to move mine first because it's my turn. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I am going to move, for example, these fighters. My fighters have a movement speed of 30 centimetres, as do my bombers actually. So I'm going to move one of these fighter waves over here to take out those bombers. So both are removed. Second one though is, oh, is it fast enough? No, it's not quite fast enough. So I'll come over here and take out one of these bombers. It's aiming for my camera. These fighters will take out, that's a whole wave of 3. So all 3 fighters were moving as a wave to keep them safe from incoming fire. But the downside is that all 3 fighters take out only 1 wave of bombers.
I know.
Which means that you still have a whole host of bombers over here. I'm going to see what I can do with the bombers that I've got. Let's see, 30cm bombers are quite quickly enough to come over here. So, bombers attacking the crippled ship. Your turrets are halved. Let's see how many turrets the Gothic would normally have. Gothic ship would normally have 2 turrets. You have 1 turret. What that means is you roll a dice, and on a 4, 5, or 6, you destroy one of the bombers. One of the bombers is destroyed. The other one, though, makes an attack run. What that represents is I get D6 attacks on the hull, minus the number of turrets you've got. So you've got 1 turret, so it's D6 minus 1. So 4 attacks, and I rolled a 5, and these just go on your lowest armor, which is 5 up. So 5 or a 6. 1 gets through, it's another point of damage on the Gothic. It's only got 2 points left. Is it a critical? No! And that bomber wave is now removed as having done its job. This bomber wave. I'd like to go over there, but I'm going to have to be dodging around everything to get there. But it is worth a try. Ah, no, bombers are successfully maneuverable enough that they can go around the blast markers. So, okay, again, your dictator is crippled. What that means is that you would have 3 turrets. You halve the number of turrets, rounding up. So you have 2 turrets. 3 bombers zooming their way over here. You've got 2 turrets to try and shoot them down. 4, 5, or 6. Takes 1 out, the other 2 get through. So it's 2d6 attacks, but each of these is minus 2 to the dice roll because you've got 2 turrets still functioning. So that is ignored, and that goes down to a 3. 3 attacks then. You are going to get the 4-up save against this as well, because you are braced for impact. 5 or a 6. Oh, 1 gets through. Save of a 4, 5, or 6. Saved! Ah, no additional damage caused by the bombing wave there. Disappointing. I will launch some more in a minute, but first it's your turn to move the stuff that you've got. So, you have got these torpedoes continue jetting across into the void. These torpedoes continue jetting off into the void. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bombing waves left. Where would you like them to go? They can move 20 centimetres.
So, and they can spin.
Any
right?
direction.
So that one's going there.
Okay, do you want to resolve that now?
Nope. Because that one's going there.
Okay, because these are each individual, we will resolve them one at a time.
That's fine.
20 centimetres.
These
going
3.
there. They're all going to mug the carnage.
Going to go there.
Analysis. Okay, the Styx, I think, has 3 turrets. Let me quickly check. Styx. Yep, 3 turrets. So let's try and shoot down some bombers. 3 turrets trying to shoot down the first wave of bombers on a 4, 5, or 6. Yeah, he's shot down. 3 turrets trying to shoot down the next wave of bombers. Shot down. The Carnage has 2 turrets. So 2 turrets trying to shoot down that bomber. No, that bomber will go through. 2 turrets trying to shoot down the next bomber. Is shot down. 2 turrets trying to shoot down the final bomber. Is shot down. So 1 bomber gets through. You get D6 minus 2 attacks against my armour. No! He is weaving and dodging so much that he gets clipped by the incoming turret fire and nothing happens. Right, I want to try and launch some bombers from the other ones, but to do that I need to reload ordnance. So, leadership tests for these ships, and if they successfully reload, they can launch them next turn. I should have reloaded at the start of the game, at the turn. I didn't, so I'm not making a reload ordnance this turn, but it does mean it's your turn too, and you can reload ordnance now. Slight mea culpa moment. I may have misled my darling wife. I said that the turrets were going to shoot down her bomber wave as they attacked my capital ship. Of course, I'd already used my turrets against the torpedo salvo that she'd fired the previous turn. The side effect of that then is that I don't get to use my turrets to shoot down those 2 bomber waves that were attacking the sticks. So both of them just get to make attack runs. So it's a D6 attacks each. I still deduct, I've checked, I still deduct the turret number from the number of hits. So it's still D6 minus 3. But that's 3 hits straight away. And second dice worth? It doesn't do anything. So that's three attacks on the hull. Roll 3 dice, and on a 5 or a 6, they go through. That's a 6. That's a damage on the sticks. That's another point of damage on the sticks. Roll a d6. On a 6, it's a critical. Phew. Not a critical hit. Thank goodness for that. Okay, well, in a minute, we'll do turn 2.
In a minute. Dinner?
Dinner sounds good.
So that was a good dinner then.
That was an extraordinarily good dinner. I am quite happily stuffed with roast chicken, but
The remains of which are over there.
making stock as well. It is time for Imperial turn 2. Slightly nail-biting for the forces of Chaos, because the Imperium is well positioned to sweep around behind the Chaos ships, or come over to get here, and these 3 ships together could potentially destroy these 2 cruisers. It is your movement phase. Firstly, as we established, the first thing you should probably do is reload any ordnance that you want to reload. So fighters and bombers and torpedoes and what have you.
Okay, so does it matter? Do I just do it all at once or what?
To do it ship by ship, I would suggest start with the ships that you are most likely to pass with the highest leaderships. So maybe the Mars or the Dictator, because those have both got leadership 9 and 8 respectively, and you've still got a reroll left as well.
Do the blasts matter?
The blast markers on the Dictator will reduce its leadership down to 8, so it will slightly affect it.
So, Red Boy first.
I would say so, yes. I think that's a good shout. You've got some dice there in front of you.
Or Red Girl, aren't I, like, breaking protocol?
True. 8, yeah, okay. So let's stick a little reload ordnance marker there. It's the, which symbol is it? It's a little lightning bolt. Okay, so you could also reload torpedoes on either of these 2. I would try that one before I tried that one. Because that one you're passing on a 5 or less, and that one you're passing on an 8 or less.
Okay. Minus blast markers.
Well, that is with the minus blast markers, because that's leadership 9 normally. 3! That's reloaded ordnance.
I probably should have done the other one then.
Well, so you've got a question now. So that is passing on a 5. If you fail the test to reload its ordnance, you can't do any other orders. You might... Huh?
And that one?
And that one, likewise, has got blast markers on it. That is leadership 6 goes down to a 5. I would ponder whether you want to reload torpedoes, which you might do, you might not, or hold off, wait till it's moved away from the blast marker, so then maybe put a lock-on order or something on it to give it rerolls to hit with its firepower, because that has got a decent level of firepower when it closes with my capital ship over here.
Okay. Seeing as they're both your armies, and you are a competitive little creature,
I am quite competitive.
if this was you playing to beat yourself, what would you do?
As much as I like the idea of driving this forward and then firing torpedoes into something at almost point-blank range, and I do enjoy... I've got a whole torpedo escort armada for this Chaos fleet that loves to get behind people and then just fire torpedoes into their backsides at close range. I think I would probably move and then lock on when I come to the shooting phase, because you've got a slightly better odds of locking on. Locking on gives you rerolls to hit, and the firepower on that Rogue Trader, that almost entirely undamaged Rogue Trader, is firepower 10, which if you get close range with my sticks, I mean, if you got it to the point where you cut across its front and hammered firepower 10 down its length, raking it.
I think I'm sold, because based on my rolls to attempt to hit you in round 1, a reroll could be quite a good thing.
Put it this way, if you move this way, across the front of it, so if you move 10, turn, and then move across the front of it, you'll be firing 9 dice straight into it. And if you get the lock-on orders, that's 9 dice with a reroll. You could gut that ship.
Okay. What happens if... Can I do base-to-base contact with ships?
You can, and then we can launch boarding actions on each other. But a crippled ship is not as good at a boarding action as a ship with almost all its hit points left. This one you have successfully reloaded ordnance on, so you could move 10, turn 45 degrees, and move 5, and then fire torpedoes straight into this ship and put it at point-blank range.
Why wouldn't I want to do the side firing there, and then, oops, and then torpedo...
Or you can do that. You can absolutely do that. That is a sound tactical move.
What's his green thing mean?
He was retro burning last turn, so it means he's no longer on burn retros. Take that away. It's slowed down.
Is he not still sat there burning retros while it's my turn too?
But it doesn't make any difference to his stats this turn.
Oh, okay.
So he's just sat there, happily in the void, waiting to be targeted.
So...
I'll get the little compass ready.
It's going...
10 centimetres.
that way. Does it matter that I go through the blast?
Actually, that will also slow you down a further 5. So that will be the full total of your movement. Good reminder. You can still turn, but you can't move any further. But, I mean...
Okay, so I want to...
That'll line you up to fire torpedoes this way.
But I'm still in the side arc for this one?
You are still in the side arc
to
side arc. Let's move his little order dice with him.
So this one...
Yeah. You can still move its full 20.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But you do want to be careful you don't accidentally end up in the line of fire for your own torpedoes.
Yeah. But this is also the one that can do the big bada boom.
It is, but you'd have to be facing somebody to do it.
Yeah, I know.
And there's the compass.
I think that's really the best bet. Turn there.
Yep.
Kaboomy.
Okay. This chap. He's also still got his full move, so he can still go 20. And because the blast marker is to the side of him, it won't slow him down unless he chooses to try and go through it.
So I'm going to do 10 for him. And then try and get this right. So you go like that.
Yeah.
And then I want to end up side onto them and them. So 5 forward would do it?
I think 5 would do it. So you won't then you'll still then have, put that next to it, that ship in its front, in its side arc, and that ship in its side arc.
Okay.
So you'll be able to...
And then this guy is slowed down.
So he's slowed down twice. He's got 5 for going through blast markers and 5 for being crippled. So 10 inches.
10.
And turn.
And squiggles a bit. And gets...
Both of them. Fire arcs don't matter so much for him because he's got lances, so he doesn't...
Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
Right, shooting phase.
Let's play on the messy side first.
Well, see, do you want to do a lock-on order with him, or that's one that lets you reroll to hit?
Yeah, why not?
You're doing it now. It's not got blast markers in contact with him. You're doing it on a 6 or less on 2 dice. That's why I said it was slightly better than doing it with the blast marker. 7. You've got 1 reroll left.
Then.
5 locked on. Rerolling to hit with all of his firepower.
Okay, so what's that again?
That's going to be when you're going to do him first.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, so firepower 10.
Started, so...
Firepower 10, each side. This ship is within 30 but not within 15, so you're not getting the column shift.
So that one's within 15.
That one is within 15. So, against the sticks, you are firing at a capital ship, a beam, which is 4 dice with a reroll.
Please.
I am going to preempt things now and go, brace for impact!
No, you're
on
not.
sticks.
No, you're not. You're going to wait.
5s, no 5s there.
Rats.
Reroll, you got the reroll for the lock on.
Oh, I do.
No, nothing.
Pants.
May still lock, need to brace for impact later. Over here though, would have been 4 dice, however, because you are within 15 centimetres, it's 5 dice. And again, you need 5s or 6s with a reroll. That's a 6, so that's one shield down. Reroll the other 4. That's 2 more 6s, so that's another shield down and a hull point. Roll the dice to see if that hull point is a critical.
It's a 1.
Okay, no critical there. Phew. Do you want to fire this one or one of these two?
No, let's go for this one now.
Right.
See if we can get him.
Well, so this is the Gothic. The Gothic is crippled, which means it reduces its firepower by half. So it would have 4 lance shots each side, now only has 2.
Okay.
So 2 to that side, 2 to that side. You can actually attempt to lock on with him if you want. Because you re-rolled that leadership test and passed it. You could try and lock on and get a reroll on your
Let's
lances.
do it.
Leadership 6. No, just failed.
Oh well.
So, 4s to hit, straight on the hull.
1 hit.
Another point off the hull, another blast marker. And roll to see if it's a critical. On a 6, 1 dice. Close.
So the lance is the other side.
Yeah, Lance is on the Acheron. Again, takes a shield off. You've got 2 ships over here then.
Okay. Go for the one in the middle first.
The red, that's the Mars. So the Mars has firepower, 6 weapons batteries on each side. So you can fire 6 into this guy. Now, where's the compass? There's one. As far as I'm concerned, I am closing with you here. So firepower 6 on a capital ship that is closing will get you 4 dice, but because I'm within 15 centimetres, it's 5 dice. Needing 5s. Ooh, that's 1.
1.
Then you've got, again, this one over here. This is a ship moving away. Capital ship moving away. Firepower 6. Would be 3 dice. It goes to 4. 5 or a 6.
Ah, that's 1.
That's another
That's 1.
shield gone. Now you've got 2 lances. Which ship would you like to shoot the lances into? A capital ship or that one there?
They've both got the same shields, right?
They do.
One on the left.
That one. That one.
Left. Yeah.
2 dice, hitting on 4s.
That would be 2 hits.
That's its other ship.
Oh,
No, 3 to 4.
Oh, 6.
It's the other shield gone. There we go. Which gives you this guy.
Yep.
So he's got
Stuff.
firepower 6 facing towards me. It's a ship abeam, which means it would be 2 dice, but within 15 centimetres it goes to 3. He's got no shields left. 5s or 6s.
Oh
Ooh.
no. That's rubbish.
It is now the ordnance phase. So we place a firepower 6 salvo torpedo salvo there. And I'm assuming bombers, not fighters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 2 bomber squadrons here. And another 2 for the other side. Let's flip those onto the Imperial side, because I put them on here side up. Bombers. Bombers. And
So I can move these straight away to place them.
so it's now the ordnance phase, because that was the end of your shooting phase. So now everything moves. I have no ordnance to move, so they can instantly
I thought
move.
someone else had bombers last time.
No, all my bombers have gone. These
No,
torpedoes go off the
mine.
board. Oh, you'd get bombers from that one as well. Thank you. I'm sorry. 2 bombers and I forgot that it has. You reloaded all ordnance. Oh. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Okay. So this torpedo salvo continues off the board. Which bit of ordnance would you like to move first? The difficult one for the sticks will be that if you attack it with the bombers,
Torpedoes.
I was going to say, I have to then let the torpedoes through. So, okay, torpedo salvo, 30 centimetres, straight in. It misses the blast markers, so you don't lose any to the blast markers. Hits the sticks. I'm going to use the turrets against the torpedoes because torpedoes can, in theory, do more damage to me than the bombers can. I may regret this if the bombers roll really well and proceed to annihilate the sticks, but let's see. 3 turrets, 4 5s or 6 to destroy a torpedo. 2 torpedoes go, 4 get through. 4 dice, needing 5s or 6s.
For me.
Yep. A 6, that's...
1 6.
Roll to see if it criticals. No.
Nope.
That is another whole point gone off. So the rest of the torpedo salvo will continue moving past next turn. Sticks is nearly crippled. Bombers. Where would your bombers like to go?
So,
They can move 20 centimetres. So they're basically in range of...
these 2
Yep.
are going to go in a pair over here.
Yep.
This one's going to go solo over
Over
here.
there. Yep. And then what's all 5 on this one over here?
These 2 are going to go as a pair here.
Yep.
That one's going to go solo here. Mm-hmm. And then...
The last 2?
Can I reach that?
Not
No.
this turn.
Okay, then those 2 are going to come over here then.
As a pair or solo?
As a pair.
Okay. Right, which one would you like to resolve first? The sticks or the carnage?
Sticks.
Okay. I can't use torpedoes to shoot them down, so you're
You
literally
don't
rolling.
mean torpedoes.
I can't use turrets to shoot them down because I already shot on the torpedoes. So the first 2 bombers, roll 2 dice. We still subtract the number of turrets from it,
Well, that didn't work.
so those don't get through. Roll for the other wave of bombers.
4.
Gets through. So
The
that's
solo scrappy bomber gets through.
1 dice. It needs a 5 or a 6.
This isn't going to work. Nope.
Nope. Okay, 5 lots of bombers over here then. So this one's solo. D6 attacks. It's only got 2 shot turrets on this, so 1 attack gets through. Roll a dice to roll for the armour. 5 or a 6.
Nope.
Nope. This pair. Ooh. Okay, so you're rolling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dice against the armour. 5 or a 6. Nothing.
Well, that's unsporting.
Last 2, were these a wave or were they?
The last pair. 5, so you get through.
So 2 get through.
Okay.
3 get through, sorry, because you add them together. So 3 get through. So 3 attack, 3 dice, 5 or a 6 to get to the armour.
Nope, 3
No,
threes.
all of your bombers.
My bombers are a bit rubbish.
I was really worried about those. I thought they were going to completely gut those ships. It's the end phase. No one's got any lasting damage, so you roll a dice and remove that many blast markers. Remove 2 blast markers anywhere from the board that's not in contact with the ship.
I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. Can I get rid of those 2 over there, please?
Those 2? Yeah.
Okay.
Right, Chaos turn 3. Turning around. Okay, this time I'm going to try and remember to reload my ordnance. But this one's going to be at -1 to its leadership because it's got a blast marker in contact with it. That one's got 3 blast markers in contact, so he's at -1 to his leadership. So, yeah, I think everyone's got blast markers in contact with them, actually. I'm going to do my Warlord's ship first. So it would be leadership 9, it goes down to leadership 8. Reload! Successfully reloads.
Oh, should I take my reload markers off of things?
Yeah, you can do now. We are. Try and reload this one. Would be leadership 8, goes down to leadership 7. 12. Double chaos stars. I'm going to try and use one of my 2 remaining rerolls for that. No, I am not reloading, and because it's a double, not only have he failed to reload, he has run out! So he has no more fighters or bombers left. And no more orders for me, which means no lock-on, no come to a new heading, or any of the stuff that I would have really liked to have done. Let's just move, therefore. I'm going to move this Carnage class. Oops, sorry, thank you. He will move 10 centimeters forward and then turn 45 degrees. And then he would move 15 forward, but there's blast markers, so he'll just move 10. The sticks moves, I'm just going to move his full 25 forward. And then turn 45 degrees at the end of it. The Devastation, who is now running empty. Forward 10. Yeah. Bit of a turn. And forward another 10.
But you kind of push blast markers out of the way to go forward 10 in the first place.
I've reduced his movement by 5.
Oh, sorry, you're 25, I'm 20.
Yeah, my ships are slightly faster. This one, forward
What happens
10.
with the bad guys, isn't it?
And then turn. And go forward another 10.
Are you running away?
No, I'm turning round. Beep, beep. This Chaos Warfleet is reversing. Okay. Shooting at things phase. This one over here is just going to fire all of his guns on this side into this ship. Try and finish it off if it can. So you are, I would say, I don't know, what do you think? Are you in am I in your back arc or your side arc? I think I'm in your side arc.
Both. But does it go by the stalk?
Yeah, from the stalk, I'm in your side arc.
Stalk to stalk. Side.
Side arc, yeah. So you are a ship within 15 centimeters. You are a ship which is a beam. Firepower 16 would be 6 dice, goes to 8 dice because you are within 15 centimeters. 5s and 6s. 3. So that takes off your 2 shields. And causes 1 point of hull damage. Is it a critical? No. That is all the firepower from that ship. The sticks. I think the Mars is just in its side arc and it's moving away. The sticks has firepower 6 weapons battery. You are a capital ship that is moving away. Firepower 6 would be 3 dice, but you are within 15 centimeters. So move 1 die column to the left. 4 dice. 5s and 6s. 1 6. Takes the shield away. Running out of blast markers. Yeah, just rescue something.
No damage then.
Blast marker there. And then he's got 2 lances. Firing them into the back of your Mars. 4, 5 or 6. 1 gets through. It's just enough to take your other shield down, but not enough to do any hull damage. Over here then, let's see what we can do against this ship. So this one, it's within 20, not within 15. You are in my side arc, and you are firmly moving away from me. The Devastation has a firepower of firepower 6. Firepower 6, capital ship, moving away. 3 dice. 5 or a 6. Takes 1 of your shields down. It's also got 2 lances. 4, 5 or 6. That takes the other shield down and causes a hull point. The Gothic has 1 hull point left. Was that a critical hit? No. It's all down to the Acheron. Can the Acheron see it first of all? Yeah, you are in my side arc.
Okay.
All the Acheron has is lances. So that is going to be... Well, it does have a weapons battery. Actually, I say it's got his lances. It does have a weapons battery. Let's try that first. So you are 30 centimetres, more than 30 centimetres away. Weapons battery is 45, so it would be capital ship, a beam, which would be 2 dice. However, you are more than 30 centimetres away, which is 1 dice. 1 dice needing a 5 or a 6. No, that's a 1. So it's all down to the lances. Can the lances kill the Gothic? 4, 5 or 6. 1 6! That is sufficient to take its last hull point. Is that last hit a critical hit? On a 6, it is a critical hit. Not that it matters much, but it would have been a 3, which would have been damage to the starboard armament. However, because it has been destroyed, we now roll catastrophic damage. So it's a 2d6 chart. 10. Plasma drive overload. Removed from play, and every ship within 3d6 centimetres is hit by a number of lance shots equal to the number of starting hits. So 4 lance shots.
Well, that's your ship.
Yes, I'm quite possibly going to get hit by the explosion of your ship.
Oh.
6, 10, 13 centimetres. Am I measuring from the stem there? 13 centimetres, thankfully, just means everybody is out of range. But the ship is kaput. First casualty down.
It's one that kept falling over anyway.
It has fallen over for the last time. Right, that is all my shooting. So the only thing left to do is ordnance. The sticks was the only thing that successfully managed to reload ordnance. It can crank out 6 squadrons of bombers, which it is now going to do. Those bombers are going to have to fly through some blast markers if I want to attack this ship over here. So, first wave going through the blast markers. On a 6, they're destroyed. Nope, they are fine. So that wave will get in. Second wave going through the blast markers is also in. Final wave going through the blast markers makes it through. Bombing runs a go-go. Turrets. How many turrets does the Mars have? The Mars has 3 turrets. So 3 dice for each wave. 4, 5 or 6, and one of these 2 is destroyed. What was a 6? So one of those is destroyed. Second wave, 3 turrets. Another one's destroyed. Third wave, 3 turrets. None. All get through. First one then. D6 minus 3 bombing run. 1 bombing run on an armour of 5. Does a point of damage on the Mars. Was it a critical? No. That one's done. Next one, minus 3. Again, 1 on 5 or 6. Nothing. Last 2. 3 each. This might be the most promising. 5s and 6s. They did nothing! Nothing at all! They are completely... Well, all those bombers did 1 hit on the Mars. That's not too bad, at least. At least it caused some damage. That is the end of my turn. The only thing left to do is remove some of these blast markers. So let's take off 2 blast markers. Let's take off...
You can take off the ones near the Mars.
I could, but then the Mars would have something that lets it shoot. I'm going to take off a couple of these in the middle here. There we go. Right! Imperial turn 3.
Okay. So reloading first.
Yep. Dictator. Okay. So leadership normally of the Dictator would be 9. It's down to 8 because it's got a blast marker on it.
Okay.
So 8 or less on 2 dice. Yep. Successfully reloads.
And the Mars.
Find the reloads over there. Okay. Again, leadership normally 8 down to 7 because of the blast marker. Successfully reloads.
Then I can try for the last one.
Yeah, do you want to reload that one as well?
Yeah.
7. No, you've got no rerolls left, but that's fine. No doubles either, so you've not run out of any ordnance.
Good.
Whom would you like to move first?
Gonna move for Mars first.
Okay, it's going to go at least 10.
Yeah, it's going 10. I think that's still in, isn't it?
You trying to fire on that ship?
Yeah.
That's your ship!
That's mine! Oh, rat!
Okay, so you're there, you've got another 10 to go. Do you want to turn back? Do you want to turn another way? I mean, at the moment, you're kind of in the right arc to fire on the sticks.
I want to go that way instead.
And you'll be able to fire on the carnage.
And then go about there.
Okay. What about the dictator?
This one's coming this way.
How far? All the way?
10.
Yeah.
No, 10's better. Then it is going to...
You've reloaded its torpedoes, but remember, that is your ship. You don't want to torpedo it.
Gonna go like that. Does that put that in my front arc?
Check it and see. It does, so you'll be able to fire torpedoes in that direction at it.
So I'm going to go forward a bit. No, because then I don't want boss markers in.
No. You could stop there. You've moved your half movement.
Am I not in the way of my shooting over there?
No, because again, your own ships don't block line of sight, because the idea is that they're moving at different heights.
And that can shoot at both of me, or has to pick one?
But it'll have to move. It could split its fire, but it'll have to move next turn.
I'll stay there.
Okay, last ship.
This one has to go 10 that way.
It
so
does.
Can you do that for me? And then... I think it's going to go like that.
Fire up
and
a bit.
stay there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shooting at things phase then.
Let's go for Marzi first.
Okay. This one over here.
Yep.
So your port side weapon, you've got a prow weapons battery, a port weapons battery. So that's firepower 6. It's got a 45 centimetre range, so you're well in range.
But it's going across blasts.
It's going across blasts, so yeah, and it's within 30 but not within 15, so it's capital ship. In relation to you, I am a beam. Firepower 6, capital ship, a beam. Would be 2, going through blasts, so it's 1. 1 dice on 5 or 6. 6, and I've still got blast markers on me, so I still don't, because you fired on me last turn, so I still don't have any shields.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a straight on the hull for the carnage. Roll the dice to see if it's a critical hit.
It won't be.
No. You've also got 2 dorsal lances, so that's 2 shots, hitting on 4, 5 or 6. Again, I've got no shields.
1.
Another one through, roll to see if it criticals. No.
No.
Next up, the dictator.
It's also going for...
The carnage.
Yeah, it kind of confuses me that it says Nemesis on the base, but...
That's what I named it.
Okay.
When I was, I think, 12.
Okay. Before we met.
The dictator normally has firepower 6. But because it's crippled, that's halved, so it's firepower 3. You are within 15. It is a capital ship beam. Would be 1 dice, it goes to 2, but it's through blast markers, so it's back down to 1. 1 dice, 5 or 6? No.
Yep.
This one. Firepower 10.
And
45, well, 45 centimetre range. You're out of 15, but you are within 30. So it's straight. Capital ship moving away. Firepower 10. 5 dice. Hitting on 5s and 6s. I do at least have my shields at the moment.
2
2,
6s.
both my. I had my shields. I no longer have my shields. Yeah, okay. Ordnance. So you've got torpedoes you wanted to launch.
Yep.
And
Do blast markers do anything to torpedoes?
on a 6 they would explode, but you can position them in such a way that they don't move through them if you wish. As long as
But that then wouldn't get your base.
then you'll have to risk moving through the blast markers. You want some bombers, I'm assuming?
Yep.
4 bombers for each ship?
Yep. How far can they go?
20, so they might not make it this turn. And over here, but that one they probably will. Definitely if you went for that one. The Styx is slightly more damaged than the Carnage. Do you want to move the torpedoes first, or do you want to move the bombers first?
Bombers first.
Okay, where are the bombers going?
These 2 are going here.
Okay, so I'll roll a dice on a 6. Well, they can wend their way between the blast markers, we'll say. So I'm going to fire turrets at them. Got 2 turrets. Shoot one of them down, the other one gets through. D6 minus 2. 4 attacks. Hitting on 5s and 6s.
1, 5.
There's another one off its hull. Roll to see if it criticals. No.
Yeah.
Okay, next wave of bombers from that ship. Where do you want them to go?
Yeah. I think they're going to come after you. Zoomy.
Same target.
Yeah.
2 turrets. Shoot them down.
Okay, in which case, 20 centimetres this way.
That way. Which way? That way?
That way.
Okay.
So,
Okay, what about the other 2?
the other 2, what's 20 centimetres this way?
There, just the other side of those blast markers.
Okay, so they can go there.
Yep. Torpedoes!
Torpedoes are coming at you.
Right, roll 1 dice. On a 6, the torpedoes blow up as they hit the... No, they don't blow up as they hit the blast markers. Right! 3 turrets to try and shoot down torpedoes. Again! 4, 5 or 6 to shoot down some torpedoes. I shoot 1 down. So 5 get through.
I roll 5.
You roll 5 dice. 5 for a 6.
6.
It's another whole point off the Styx. The Styx is now crippled. Roll to see if it's a critical. On a 6 it's a crit. No. So that was 1 got shot down and 1 got through. The other 4 keep going. The other side, next turn. I have, these torpedoes keep moving. I have no ordnance in the water, so it's just roll a dice and remove that many blast markers.
Does that one have torpedoes?
You failed to reload it thus far. You tried, you kept failing to reload it. Yeah, roll dice, remove that many blast markers. 2. Remove 2 blast markers of your choice.
The 2 in front of Mr. Black, please.
Those?
Not those 2.
Those
No,
two?
that's yours. In
Oh,
front
for
of
Mr. Black. Sorry, those 2.
Thank you.
Okay. Chaos turn 4. Chaos turn 4 then. Okay, let's reload some stuff. I'm going to try and reload ordnance on the Styx. Leadership normally 8 down to 7. Sorry, leadership normally 9 down to 8 because of the blast markers. Reloads. He's still got the reload marker on him, so you can keep that on him. He doesn't have anything to reload. The devastation ran out, so I can't reload anything else. So I will hold off on any other orders and start doing some movement. The Carnage then wants to try and swing around. He's going to go 10 centimetres forward this way. And then pivot. And go, I think 5. Go there. The Styx has to keep moving. And the Styx is also now crippled. Goes there. Pivots. And goes that way. These 2 are miles out of the engagement zone at the moment, so they've got some work to do. So I'm going to try a come to new heading order for the Acheron. Acheron has a leadership of 7. Just passes, so he can make 2 turns. Has to still go 10 before he makes his first turn. turn. Go another 5. Turn again. And head 5 again, 10 again, back into the engagement zone. Stick the come to a new heading order dice on him. The devastation. So devastation's gone 10. Turn. And we'll go another 10. And he'll get back in the fight at some point. Okay. Shooting phase. I'm going to try the lock-on order on the Carnage. He's only got a leadership of 6. And he fails. So no lock-on order for him, no more orders for this turn. Let's just do some shooting then. He's got bombers inbound, so I feel like he ought to devote at least one of his weapons batteries to firing on those bombers. So he is going to fire the shortest range weapons battery, which is the 5/6 starboard weapons battery. And then he's got another 10 that he can fire elsewhere. Fire the 5/4 and then fire the other 10. Yeah, let's do that. 5/4 are the ordnance. I may regret this, because ordnance is right at the farthest end. 5/4 is 1 dice. Okay, let's fire the 5/6 is 1 dice. It's 1 dice either way. Let's see if we can't take out those bombers. 6s. So I can literally only destroy those bombers on a 6. 1 dice. Needing a 6. It's a 6! Take the bomber's wave out. That leaves me another 12 that I can fire at the Mars. It's within 30. It's a beam, capital ship, a beam. 4 dice. 5s and 6s. 1. Takes a shield, but that's all. The sticks will fire at the Dictator. It's within 30, but not within 15. They are a beam of each other. Capital ship, a beam, 5/6. 2 dice. No blast markers in the way. 5s and 6s. Again, a 6 takes 1 shield down. 2 lances, 4, 5, or 6. Nothing. The Acheron way over there, I don't think is going to be in range. Acheron's lances, even their longest range is 60 centimeters. Oh no, it is actually in range. Just. Okay, well, we'll fire the lances, but because I did the come to a new heading, weapons are halved, so it would be 4 lances, it's only 2 lances. 2 lances needing 4, 5, or 6 takes a shield off of this ship. That's all I got this turn. Really not much. Let's launch some ordnance from the sticks at least. Let's launch a wave of bombers at that Dictator. 6 bombers. Again, we'll launch this. I think this time we'll launch it as 2 waves of 3. 30 centimeters. And are they going to explode on that blast marker? Nope. Dictator has 2 turrets. However, it is crippled, which means it only has 1 turret because it is disabled. Takes out one of them from that wave. Do you want to roll for the other wave? Takes out 1 from that wave. Let's see what we can do. First wave of bombers. -1. Well, that does nothing. So 3 dice for the other one. 5 or a 6. 2 hull points on the Dictator. Are either of those going to go critical? Nope. That's that bomber wave done. Second bomber wave. -1, so that is 2 and 3, so that is 5. 5s and 6s. 1 more gets through. Dictator has 1 hull point left. Does that go crit? No. That is my turn 4. Remove blast markers. 2. Let's take Let's take one of these two.
So my turn.
Imperium turn 4.
You said this was a quick game.
I thought it would be quicker. Do you want to reload anybody before we do anything?
Yes. I'll go for Marzi first. I
Okay.
think.
He reloads on a 7 because he's got a blast marker on him. Yeah, he reloads.
Mr. Black.
Reloading on a... Yeah, that'll reload him. You haven't tried this one for a while?
Might as well.
No. Once again, he fails to
7.
reload. Too busy being a pirate.
Okay. This one's going to come 10 that way.
Mm-hmm. Take those bombs away because they're dead. Compass?
Yeah. And then turn like that. Which puts you in the front arc, yes.
It does indeed.
And puts that one in the side arc.
Yeah.
Which one has the shooty?
The big gun, that
Yeah,
one.
that one. Okay. Come forward a little bit. Yeah. Ah, rats.
There we go.
That's that now. Right, this one.
Forward 10.
Yeah. And then yoink. Which way? It's in the front arc?
Yeah. It's probably closer than 30 centimetres though.
Yeah.
You could move further this way and then turn to get further away. You only have to, you can move more than 10 before you turn.
Okay. Yeah.
And then turn.
Yeah. It's not going to be in the front arc, is it?
Let's check. Yeah, you're still in the front arc.
Okay.
That leaves the blue.
I can't do any more orders, can I? Because I
No.
failed that reload.
Yeah. But one thing we should have done in the last turn is these bombers should have been able to move, so you can chase the sticks and they can move again in, because they move every ordnance phase, so they can be chasing after the sticks, ready to catch it next turn.
That one goes 10 that way. And then turn 45 degrees to the left. And then go forward 10.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Shootings phase then. Who would you like to shoot first? This guy?
Yeah, that guy.
How far are you guessing?
I can do that now, that's not ordnance.
Nope, that's shooting.
Well, I think it's closer than 30, so I've got to guess 30.
Stem to stem.
Is that exactly 30?
That is exactly 30. So you're not, is the hole over it?
Hang on.
Come on the side.
Stem to stem
Then you put it
is
just...
bang on 30.
Yeah, that is.
Okay, still no.
But the hole is still over the base, so that is D6 hits on the carnage. 5.
Payback.
Roll 2d6. The carnage is destroyed. 9.
9.
The plasma drive overloads. Roll 3 dice. That is how big the explosion is.
7, 9.
9 centimetres. No, so it's
Okay.
not going to get you any. In an fiery blast from the Nova Cannon, the carnage is utterly destroyed. We'll just put a blast marker there where it was. Okay, that evens the odds a little bit. 3 ships to 3 ships.
I get to fire at side things now though, right?
You do, yes.
And that's going to be more than 45, right?
I would guess so. I think you might have the lances, I think, a 60 though. Let me check. Your lances are... dorsal lance, 60 centimetres.
I think it might be just within 60.
Yeah, well within 60.
Okay.
2 shots, hit on 4s. One hit, takes a shield down.
So that one's then done.
That one is down firing, yes.
So this one's going to go next.
Okay, the Dictator. So your weapons battery would be strength 6, but because you're crippled, it's down to strength 3.
Okay.
I am a ship which is a beam of you. Capital ship, a beam, firepower 3, and within 15, but you are firing through a blast marker, which kind of balances out. So it's 1 dice, 5 or 6.
Nope.
You've then got this one. I don't know if it's got anything in range. Let's have a look.
That might be 45.
45.
It
Yeah,
is
that's
45.
in. It's going through blast markers and it's long range. So firepower 10. Capital ship, a beam. Would be 4 dice. Goes down to 2 dice because that's the furthest right we can go. No.
Nope.
Ordnance phase. Everyone's reloaded.
Torpedo from this one here.
1 strength 6 salvo torpedo. And bombers.
Yeah, 4 for both ships.
Bombery bombers. And bombery bombers over here. More bombers. All the bombers. Which are you going to move first, the bombers or the torpedoes?
Bombers.
Okay.
These are going as a batch of 4.
All in. Okay.
And they're coming
Round the side
round
there.
the side. And
Good.
then these 2 that are like in here can come in as well,
They
can't
can
they?
go at the back, yep.
So they're going to shimmy through.
Take a blast marker with them.
Did I?
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry.
Those torpedoes just jet 30 centimetres that way.
These will come in afterwards. We'll deal with those
Yeah.
ones in a minute.
Okay. So are they coming in as 2 waves of 2, yeah? Or are they all 1 wave of 4?
1 wave of 4, 1 wave of 2.
Okay, would have 3 turrets, but it is now crippled, so it's down to 2 turrets. So first against the wave of 4. I shoot down 2 of them. However, the other 2 get through. So 2 dice. -2 to the totals. That is still going to be
6.
6.
8 minus 2 is
Yeah,
6.
6. So 6 attacks. 5s and 6s. This may be the end of my capital ship. That's
1,
3.
2, 3.
There's 1 hit left. 3 dice. If any of those are criticals, you could kill the sticks.
No.
Phew! No criticals.
Don't worry, there's another.
There's 2 more bombers though. Okay.
Third.
Let's try and shoot down these last 2. I shot down none of them. 2 dice worth of bombing run. The 2 gets ignored, but 6 therefore will get through. So that is 6 dice. 5s and 6s. Oh no!
1, 2.
There goes the sticks. That's my Chaos Lord. 2 dice to see what happens on the catastrophic damage. 11. There's another plasma drive overdrive. 3 dice for how big the boom is.
Uh-oh, that one might get me.
6, 12, 13 centimetres.
Uh-oh.
Okay, no, it's just destroyed them. Boom, boom. Your torpedoes just go 30 centimetres.
Can I choose my torpedoes to go somewhere else instead?
Well, no, you already fired them facing that direction.
Yeah, fair enough.
They have to go through 2 sets of blast markers, so roll first dice. On a 6, they're destroyed. Roll for the second dice. Yeah, they blew up as they hit that one. Right, well, I've got 2 ships left. You've got 3 ships left. My ships are less damaged than yours, but it's not much in it, and you've got the longer range gun, and you've still got a whole load of bombers. The battlefield is filled with fire and explosion.
They're basically going to go off this direction.
Way. Ah!
You just killed me.
I did just kill you. You were facing that way, I think, because you fired the maneuver cannon. Bombers zooming off that way. Mm-hmm. Remove D6 blast markers.
6.
5. Take 5 blast markers off.
Ooh, okay. I take that one, that one, that one, that one. Yeah, that one.
One more.
That one.
Okay. Let's see if I can even the odds as we go into Chaos turn 5.
You're miles away.
I am, but I am quite fast. Okay, 25 centimeters. Zoom. And slight turn. This one, 10 centimeters. And find my compass has gone.
Off the edge.
Might want to try come to a new heading. Leadership 8. Yes. So turn.
Off the edge, off the edge, off the edge.
5 and turn again and 10. There we go. I've just realised I'm a numpty. Oh dear. Okay, well, we'll see what happens. Maybe I can shoot them down before they destroy me. At least lances hit torpedoes on a 4. Shooting phase. Let's fire 2 lances into those torpedoes and see if I can't stop them. No, I can't stop them. Let's fire my weapons battery at them. Furper 6, ordnance, 1 dice, needing a 6. Nope. Okay, just leave that ship to its fate. Let's fire at this one. In range, 4 lances. One hit. Ordnance phase. Those torpedoes move 30 centimeters.
So let's just do that then.
I'm going to try and shoot them down. I've got 2 turrets. 6s. No, 4, 5 or 6. Yeah, 1 torpedo gets shot down. So let's replace them with a little strength 3 salvo. There we go. But that's 3 dice needing 5s or 6s to damage the devastation class. You can roll them. 5s or 6s, since they're your torpedoes. 2 get through. It's crippled. Roll those 2 dice, see if they come up criticals. No criticals, but I have successfully crippled myself. Okay, that was good. These torpedoes fly off the board. These bombers, I'm assuming, continue flying that way?
Yeah, they're coming this way.
Okay! Imperium turn 5.
That was quick.
Well, it was. The most, I did more damage to myself in that turn than I did to you. Do you want to reload ordnance?
Yeah.
I'd do the Mars first because he's got nobody on him.
That's what I normally do.
Reload.
Yep.
Reload?
Yep.
No! Fails to reload and has run out. You've got no rerolls left.
No.
Okay, that's something at least. Movement. Who do you want to move first?
Fails to reload means I don't have bombers and fighters, but I do still have guns.
You have guns, but no torpedoes left on that thing, or bombers or fighters.
Okay, so 10 this way, please. And then that way.
Mm-hmm.
And
And then
that way, actually.
okay, and then you've got another 5 because you are crippled.
Yeah.
This one.
That one has to go 10 that way. Then turn in this direction. And then 5. And then this one has to come 10 this way. And turn towards your remaining ships.
And then another 10?
No. Yeah.
Okay. Shootings.
So, that compassy thing.
Yeah, there you go. So he's only got his fire weapons battery left, which, because he's crippled, is down to firepower 3. It's got a range of 30 centimetres.
So that one's out of range, then,
Yeah.
but that one's in range.
That one is actually also out of range.
They're both out of range.
And he's not reloaded because he failed his test.
Interesting.
This
Can't
one
fire anything.
is also probably out of range,
Yeah,
45.
that one's out.
This one, I don't know if the Nova cannon's in arc or not.
No, it's not.
No.
But
So you
it
made
did reload.
It did.
So it does have
bombers.
bombers.
It's up to you whether you want to launch them now or launch them later.
So it'll stay reloaded. I don't have to reload
No,
it.
that's it. You stay
No,
reloaded.
I'll keep as is then.
Do you just want to move these bombers then?
Yep.
Oh, hang on, it's lances.
No.
It has got lances. Its lances have a 60 centimetre range, but
That
they are also
doesn't
out of
help.
range.
That doesn't help. Because you hid out on the corner.
Didn't hide, I just cut a little bit out of
Yeah, these bombers can come forward.
20. Which way do you want to go? Bear in mind those ships are going to move this turn.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Okay. Oh, and the torpedoes go off the board. Those last 3 torpedoes go off the board.
They hurt you, didn't they?
They did, yes. They did 2 of my hull points off.
Yeah.
Crippled the devastation class.
Your turn. Oh,
Right,
no,
my
no.
turn 6.
Removing
Oh, remove blast markers, yeah. 2. Which 2
Sure,
do you
then.
want to take off?
that one because it's in the way.
And one more. That one, is it in your way?
No.
Or one of these? Okay. Chaos turn 6. I think we're getting close to the end here.
At least there's no more silly mistakes.
One would hope. Okay, the Acheron sweeps across the front there. The devastation. Slightly slowed because it's.
You're not reloading?
He is out. He is the one who's completely out. So I have no bombers or fighters left. Because the only one that had any left was the sticks, and you utterly destroyed that.
Oh well.
So, Acheron. It's got a prior weapons battery, which will fire first. Firepower is 6. You are closing. You are within 15. Are you within 15? No, you are within 30, but not within 15. So, capital ship closing. Firepower 6. 4 dice. 6s. That's on your front armour. Nope, nothing. There, I should have done the lock-on order. Never mind. Too late now. Too late now. 4 lances. Hits once. Okay. The devastation. Within 40 centimetres. What is the range on its weapons battery? So its weapons battery is out of range, so it literally has a lance shot it can fire at you, which misses. Ordnance phase. Bombers. Where would you like them to go?
20 centimetres gets me in contact?
It does.
Does. So those two doesn't.
No, but they'll move again in your turn, so. Okay, 2 turrets to try and take out that group of bombers. Takes them out. Your turn 6. Oh, blast markers. 6. Let's take off some over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Interesting.
Where do you want to go?
He's out, so I can't reload him. He's pointless every time. He's still reloaded.
He is still
Give him a little
reloaded,
green
yeah.
dice back then.
Because you might want to put a different order on as long as he can. He doesn't need to reload now. He is reloaded.
Oh, okay.
So I took it away. Keep it there. A second dice to remind you.
Can you move forward 10?
Yep.
It's going to spin this way. And then forward 10. And then, if I've judged that right, where'd it go?
You can go boom.
Yeah, I've judged that right.
Okay, this one.
It's going through blast, isn't it?
It is. So it's already lost 5 centimeters of movement for being crippled. It loses another 5 for going through blast, so it's got 10 left.
Yeah. This one has torpedo stuff at the front.
It hasn't reloaded, so you can reload it if you want to try.
No. But it has guns at the front?
It has guns on the sides.
Sides. Okay, 10 forward. Turn a little bit. 10 forward.
Like there? Like there?
Yeah. This one, 10 forwards.
It's got, that's it, that's all it can do, because it's gone through blast markers and it's crippled, so that loses 5 and 5.
Yeah. Let's shoot with this one first then.
Okay. Okay, within 15 centimetres, a beam. 2 dice. 5s and 6s. One gets through, takes a blast marker off the shields. Which of these two do you want to try next?
That one.
Okay, 45 centimetres is the range of its longest range gun. So it's just out.
Okay.
The Nova Cannon.
So based on that measurement, I'm going to say that's 46.
Bang on. Again, D6 hits. 1.
One hit.
Roll to see if it's a critical.
Yes.
Oh, this is a critical.
The only critical I've managed to roll.
Roll 2 dice to see what the effect is. 7. Fire! So if I fail to repair this, it takes an extra point of damage every turn.
Okay. How do you repair it?
In the end phase, I can roll a number of dice equal to
Okay.
its remaining hit points and try and put the fire out.
Yeah. There you go, Bob. You're on fire.
Well, you've also got 2 lance shots from that, so you could fire those at me as well if you want.
Might as well.
2 dice, hitting on 4s.
No.
Missed. You've got 2 bombers left. You also got some you can launch from there, or you can hold your water until you're a bit closer. It's up to you.
No, these two might as well come here.
Okay, try and turret them. One gets shot with a turret, the other one gets through. D6 attacks. -2, so 4. I got 2 turrets, so it's minus 5s and 6s. Ooh, another 2. Another 2 points of damage. He is now also crippled. And roll to see if they're criticals. And another critical! Roll to see what it does. 4. Port armament damaged. So it can't use its left-hand side guns.
You could just say left-hand side.
No, port and starboard. Right, did you want to launch any from that one, or are you going to keep them on board for now?
Keep them on board for the minute.
My turn 7. Let's see if we can't pull this out of the wire at the last minute. Okay. 10. Wobble. And let's turn slightly. And then this one is going 10. I might as well go its remaining 10. Let's see if we can't kill that ship without getting blown up.
What ship?
The white one, the one with the black front. So, closing ship. My firepower would be 6, but it drops to 3. So that's 2, but I am within 15 centimetres, so that is back up to 3. 6s! Nothing. Would be 4 lances, but it drops to 2 because I'm crippled. I take a shield off you. The ship behind, same thing. Takes your other shield off.
Ship behind isn't within 15, is it? Looks more like 20.
It is not within 15, you are correct. I will roll that again. So 2 dice instead of 3. No 6s. 1 lance shot. Takes your remaining shield, but that's all it does. I have nothing else that I can do. Except, well, do you want to launch your bombers now, or do you want to launch them in... No, you can only launch them in your turn, sorry. Mm-hmm. I'll try and put the fire out. 4 dice, any of these are a 6, the fire goes out. The fire is out! And I repaired my port gun. Not that it matters, because you're on my starboard side. Your turn 7.
Do I have to move?
You have to move at least 10.
Can you move Mars 10 forward?
Yep.
And leave it there.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Blue.
Mm-hmm.
10 forward.
Yep.
Actually, move him 20 forward.
Okay. And the heavily damaged one.
Black needs to go 10 forward. And then squiggle that way. And then that can't move anymore, can it?
No.
Okay.
That's probably a boarding action.
Doesn't have to be.
Doesn't have to be. Unless you want to launch a boarding action.
Not really.
Okay then. Where would you like to shoot first?
May as well get Mr. Black out and over and done with.
Okay. He has firepower 3 against a capital ship, which is, I think, a beam, because they're side by side. So it would be 1 dice, but it is 2 because they are most definitely within 15 centimetres of each other.
6 and 2.
That takes 1 shield off.
You can't do anything else.
Nope. Nova Cannon.
Nope. Mr. Blue.
Mm-hmm.
Is he inside range of this one?
I'll just check. Is he within 30? No, but he is within 45. So firepower 4.
So 4 dice?
More than 30 centimetres, so it goes, 4 dice. More than 30 centimetres, it would be beam, would be 1 dice. Still 1 dice.
Beam. That's a 2, so nothing.
Nova Cannon.
Yes, Nova Cannon, this one at the back.
What's your guess?
My guess is going to be 41. Spike to spike is over dead centre.
D6 hits. Six. It's just 6 hits. He's destroyed. None of them are critical, but roll 2 dice to see what the critical hit result is.
What was that? 4, 5, or 6 I needed, or just 5?
No, those are just hits. The Nova Cannon just hits.
Oh, okay.
So he's destroyed. Roll, because he only had 4 hits left. Roll critical 6. Drifting Hulk. So he goes 4 d6 centimetres forward in each of its subsequent movement phases. That's the devastation gone. Just the Acheron left. And you've still got bombers you can launch.
Yeah, I may as well launch them now.
Here we go.
They're going to be a group of 4.
1.
Yeah. Death or glory.
20 centimetres.
Wink.
Not quite enough to get in this turn, but we'll get in next turn.
And blast markers.
Remove 3.
3. 1, 2, 3.
Right, my last turn. Well, I've got one ship. Well, first things first, the other ship goes 46 centimetres forward, so that's 10, 15, 19 centimetres straight forward. Just drifts along, and it drops a blast marker in base contact with it at the end to represent it being on fire. Unfortunately, the battery ran out round about there. So I guess we'll never know who actually won. I'm just kidding. No, after that, the last turn of the game pretty much was me desperately trying to finish off the Dictator class Imperial cruiser, and everything left in the Imperial fleet just hammering the Acheron until it too became a blazing hulk and drifted off across the board. In the end, it finished. I had no ships left. Nikki had 3 ships, or at least 2 and a fraction of a ship left. That was a really fun game, to be honest. And you probably hopefully caught that from the way that I just kind of got stuck into the video. I learned quite a few lessons from doing this video. So I guess top of the list would be that I do not know the rules as well as I thought I did. I mean, I had a whole video about how to play Battlefleet Gothic, which perhaps I should have availed myself of rewatching before we played this, because there were quite a few things that I either got wrong or forgot, and I can only apologise for that, but I hope that it was perhaps instructive insofar as how even people who've played this game a number of times can sometimes just get stuff wrong. Beyond that, tactically, I think there's a lot of stuff watching this back while I edited it that it struck me whilst I was watching it that I very clearly was doing wrong. I mean, in terms of target priority, it's a core principle of most war games. Target priority. You figure out how to kill the maximum amount of stuff to get the most bang for your buck and to reduce what's coming back at you in the opposing turn. I very much kind of split my fire, so that a lot of the time when I was firing, all I was doing was taking the Imperial shields down, whereas the Imperial ships were kind of regularly hammering hull points here and there off my hulls, which perhaps explains why I was left with no ships at the end of the game, and Nikki was left with quite a few ships, basically over half her fleet, still intact. Beyond that as well, I suppose it's very clear to me looking at the maps as I was doing them that I very quickly split my fleet into 2 wings, and this did not serve me tactically. Like, maybe it would have been worthwhile to send 1 ship off on its own and use the other 3 to isolate and destroy 2 of the Imperial ships. As it is, I spent 2 ships taking out 1 ship, and that left the other 3 ships for the Imperial fleet to just rip my fleet apart. Again, I suppose tactically that's something that I need to think about playing this game going forward. Beyond that as well, this was something a bit different as a battle report. I think this was a game that I've very much been looking forward to doing a battle report for. It's one of my favourite games that Games Workshop ever produced. It was one of the games I'm really excited to introduce my wife to. And I think perhaps I got carried away in terms of just playing the game rather than putting attention into what would make a good battle report video. So let me know in the comments below what you think. This is obviously like 5 times longer than my average battle report videos are half an hour, because I just kind of film very quickly a top-down what's happening and then top and tail each turn to talk about what happened and reflect on it. This obviously was one of the first times I filmed the entire game all the way through, and it shows by the fact that it's nearly 2.5 hours long. Thank you very much if you're watching this, by the way. You've gotten to the end here and stuck with me all the way to the end. You guys rock. But yeah, let me know in the comments whether this is something you prefer, whether you prefer a shorter style battle report, or whether you do occasionally like to see just a long form battle report that you can watch for a couple of hours and just kind of immerse yourself in the same way as if you were stood by the side of the board watching a game take place. I think the only other thing I would do differently on this in the future is perhaps refresh terms of the rules before the game for both of us, so that it wasn't so much of a learning experience. Because although Nikki soundly beat me, I mean, she didn't need the tactical assistance. I think she might have beaten me even more handily had she known how to play the game before we got started. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I will be back in the future with more Battlefleet Gothic content, more Warhammer Battle Reports, and just more generally gaming-related stuff. So if you've not already subscribed, please click the subscribe button at the end of this and turn on notifications and do all the other YouTube-y stuff. Give me a follow on Twitter if you don't mind, because I'm trying to boost my following up on there. I promise to post more pictures of lovely painted toy ships on there. And check out the Morehammer podcast for more Warhammer. That's every Tuesday over on the Morehammer channel. It's myself, Wargaming Luke, and Hobby Waffles Si, plus a plethora of guests. We recently filmed episode 10. I can't believe you've done 10 of those already. I guess all that remains is for me to say thank you very much for watching, everyone. And as ever, I will catch you next time. Bye for now.